I'm signing in.
Oh, a chick that I didn't see it. Like, right, thought she never be it. And I ain't hurting, I'm just moving on. Stuck, no, I can't be. Sipping ginger ale with my brandy. New girl got some lace panties. Taking selfies with my money. Since I left, I done leveled up. New fit denim. New shoes, tennis. New views like Drake. Gold trophies, that's first place. Gold trophies, that's first place. Competition, now they ain't safe. Gold trophies, that's first place. First place, first place.
I don't know what's gotten into me. I've been really thinking about your lady. Oh no, not you, honey. I'm just talking about my other lady. Left you long time ago. You was bad for me, how ironic though. Cause my other chick way better. You way wetter on tsunami though. All shit ain't always authentic.
What's up, y'all? I'm back. It's another episode of CliffNotez Sports Web Show. I know I haven't done a video in a while. It's been about 3 weeks, I think, but with the holidays and Thanksgiving had came up, I didn't have time to do it. I was back at my other house. Not that I'm rich or nothing, but I was back there. But Black Friday shopping, stuff like that. So I just never found the time to do a video for real. But I'm definitely back, and I'm definitely gonna keep y'all updated. Can I get this closer, man? What the hell going on around here? That. But yeah, so I'ma definitely I bring y'all videos more frequently. That was my bad. Like I said, I got a new set, so I'm gonna have to add a few more things to it. Yeah, I know it's kind of empty right now, but as the show goes on, more stuff will get added to it. I just felt like it was easier to do the show here instead of going to where I was all the time, and I can just give y'all videos more frequently. Without further ado, I'm back. Let's get into it. I just want to give y'all a few updates that was going on around the sports world. So the college football playoffs was announced this weekend, and the 4 teams that made it in was Bama, Georgia, Clemson, and Oklahoma. That playoff is going to be insane. I'm going to definitely watch that. I'm going to stay tuned. That playoff is going to be insane. There's a lot of people saying Wisconsin got robbed, and Bama got snuck in it. I don't know if I was going to make a video on that, but I just never found the time to. But we definitely going to talk about some college football just before the playoffs start, or when the actual national championship game comes around. We're definitely going to get into that. So Juju Smith-Schuster got suspended the same amount of games as Gronk for doing this, as opposed to Gronk doing this.
It wasn't wrong. This was 100% wrong. Gronk said it was wrong.
I'm just as confused as y'all are. Yeah, I'm confused because what Gronk did wasn't a football play at all. Because Gronk initially wanted to hurt that player. Juju Smith didn't want to hurt Vontaze Burfict. He just wanted to, put a little lick on him, as you should. But it's the NFL, it's football. Like, that's gonna happen. What Gronk did, he was intentionally trying to hurt that player, and you can tell. So how do they get the same amount of games? So is that because that's the Patriots and then this is the Steelers? I don't know. That was just confusing to me. I honestly didn't like that. So number 1 ranked Duke men's basketball team lost this weekend to Boston College. Not ranked. And they dropped to number 4 in the AP poll this week. Ben Simmons recorded his 3rd career triple-double. Donovan Mitchell has come out as a Rookie of the Year candidate. And John finally got traded from the Sixers to the Nets. Finally. And we got number 11 off the team. Thank God. Number 11 is Nick Stauskas, if y'all didn't know. But a lot of people were waiting for Ja to get traded. I actually wish Ja the most success over in Brooklyn. He's a very talented player. He doesn't play defense, doesn't rebound, but he's a very talented player. I never hated Ja while he was on the Sixers. He just didn't fit what Brett Brown needed. He just didn't fit around the players he had. I hated the situation that he was in, not playing, not getting minutes, media always asking him questions. But I'm actually happy that he got traded, just for the fact that I know he'll be a good player. And I just, like I said, I wish him nothing but success over there in Brooklyn. So we getting deep into all the sports seasons. Everything's revving up for a lot of sports. NFL, basketball, college football, college basketball. A lot of things revving up with the NFL playoffs right around the corner. And no teams really solidified their spot in the playoffs, which is what I need to talk about.
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here.
It's the sad day in Philly, everybody. It's going to be a sad week in Philly into the next game, everybody. It's probably going to be sad that Sunday of the game. So, I'm pretty sure everybody's heard the news. Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Carson Wentz tore his ACL and will miss the remainder of the season. He tore his ACL in that game against the Rams this past Sunday. He ran for a touchdown. His body got hit. He got hit 2 different ways by the Rams players. His body went where it's apparently his knee got hit somewhere where you can't really see it in the play. Apparently his knee got hit. So he'll miss the remainder of the season. The touchdown run, which makes it worse, the touchdown run was called back. So that definitely makes it worse. Can't even lie, y'all. This one hurt. It felt like my dog died or something. But it only hurt because Carson was having one of the best seasons as an Eagles quarterback. And he's leading that team to possibly a Super Bowl appearance. Now, of course, he was also one of the leading candidates for MVP this season, right in front of Tom Brady and Russell Wilson, who was coming up behind Carson Wentz, and then, to me, honestly, in that MVP race. And the reason I say that Carson's my MVP is because over Tom and Russell, who are having great seasons, Russell is single-handedly leading that Seahawks team to possibly making the playoffs. I don't know. They still have to fight for that. Tom is Tom Brady, so you can't really. He does it. He's the LeBron James of the NFL, but not black. He's white. I don't know. Not even being a diehard Eagles fan, but being a fan of the game and watching what Carson can do and what he's done this season. But the moment where I noticed that Carson was my MVP is when after Carson's initial injury where he tore his ACL, after that play, he stayed in for 4 more plays after that. On that 4th play, he threw a touchdown pass to Alshon Jeffrey in the red zone to give the Eagles the lead up on the Rams in the 4th quarter. So Carson walked to the locker room. Everybody was scared. So you're watching the game, you're waiting for the news to come out. So I'm on Twitter. So I'm just looking on my phone on Twitter like, okay, I'm worried. I'm like, all right, what's wrong with Carson, yo? I just need to find this out. So I'm looking on my phone and I finally see it. So it says the Eagles fear that Carson may have tore his ACL. So I'm like, when did he tear his ACL? Because I'm looking at the play again. So I'm looking at it. I'm like, where did he tear his ACL at? And it keeps showing the play. And I was thinking in my head, like, yo, he stayed in for more plays after that. I'm like, he threw that touchdown pass. And Alshon Jeffrey caught it on his fingertips in the end zone. But I was like, yo. I was like, he really did that. Like, that's tough. You can't name a lot of players in the NFL that will stand in there and do that. You can probably name a couple, but you can't name a lot of players that will stay in. This is a regular season game. He stayed in. Threw a touchdown pass to Alshon Jeffrey. He stayed in for 4 more plays. Threw that touchdown pass to Alshon Jeffrey. Boom. Gave his team the lead going into the 4th quarter for a win that we desperately needed. Eagles ended up closing that out. But that's when I noticed, like, yeah, he's my MVP. Tom is Tom. Tom's going to do what Tom does, so you can't give him the MVP every season. Tom's going to do what Tom does. Like I said, Russell Wilson is having an amazing season. But when you just look at what Carson did, that pass also that he threw in the red zone to Alshon, that was his 33rd touchdown pass, giving him the record for the most touchdown passes in a season as an Eagles quarterback over McNabb. So that's when I was like, all right, yo. Carson my MVP, man. Hold on, y'all. I got some breaking news. So, NFL Network employee includes what in the hell? Ex-NFL Network employee accuses Marshall Faulk, Donovan McNabb, Warren Sapp, and others of sexual harassment. What, yo? I'm gonna definitely give y'all more insight into that story. Probably in another episode when all the details come out. But that's wild. Now, back to the Carson Wentz Eagles situation. A lot of questions are coming out now. Now that Carson Wentz is injured, now that he's out for the season, are the Eagles still Super Bowl contenders? And in my opinion, yes, they are contenders to me, and here's why. So, this team wasn't winning games just solely on the back of Carson Wentz. Like, you got the Seahawks winning games solely because of Russell Wilson. Like, nobody can deny that. The Eagles aren't winning games like that. The Eagles are winning games because they're a great balanced team. So even with all the injuries and the next man up mentality that we have, we've played great. We've had injuries to our Hall of Fame tackle Jason Peters, Jordan Hicks, now Carson Wentz, our second round cornerback Sidney Jones was injured, Ronald Dart was injured. I explained all the injuries that we had in the first episode that I did, so I'm not going to name them all, but we've played great under the adversity that we've had. We still got a top 2 rushing offense with our 3 feature backs, Ajayi, Blunt, and now Corey Clement. And even down to special teams, like Jake, I don't know if anybody noticed, but Jake Elliott had 2 big kicks late in that game against the Rams to give us the lead and have us go up and essentially win us that game. So do I think the Eagles can do it without Wentz? Definitely. Just because we are a balanced team, we're not winning teams because we weren't winning games just strictly because of Wentz. We are a good team, and they're just gonna have to realize that and stop hating. And I know a lot of people gonna be like, well, y'all have Nick Foles now. Y'all have to stop knocking Nick Foles. He's probably the best backup quarterback in the NFL. People keep forgetting that Nick Foles had that 27 touchdown and 2 interception season back in 2013 when he ironically led the Eagles to the playoffs in a wild card appearance. Pretty sure it was a wild card appearance. But y'all can't knock Nick Foles. I believe in him, and I'm pretty sure 90% of Eagles fans believe in him too. In my opinion, even with Foles, even with what he can do, and as I'm saying, he's a backup quarterback. He's not gonna lead you to a Super Bowl, but he can definitely be serviceable as a starting quarterback. In my opinion, I now think that next man up mentality that we have, I think this is now on Doug. Doug Peterson, the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, has to be that next man up, and he has to have that mentality. He's definitely gonna have to just tweak the offense a little bit for Nick Foles. More intermediate passes, go more heavy on the run game. Our defense is gonna have to win us more games now. Now, I'm only saying Doug has to tweak the offense a little bit. And a lot of people are going to be like, no, we can do the same thing we were doing with Carson, stuff like that. I'm not saying we can't. We didn't really do anything special with Carson. So what makes Carson is his elusiveness and his ability to not be able to be brung down. He can stare the blitz in the pressure in the eyes and take the blitz head on and make a spectacular play. So we all know Nick Foles is not that. So what I'm saying is tweak the offense a little bit, have Nick get the ball out of his hands a little bit more, rely more on the run game. That's what we got 3 feature backs for. We got Blunt, Ajayi, and Corey Clement. So Doug just has to tweak the offense a little bit, make sure Foles can keep his head above water. All he has to do is be serviceable. He doesn't have to be great. He doesn't have to be spectacular. I just need him to be serviceable. That's it. All we need now, once Nick Foles can keep his head above water, now we let our defense and we let our weapons go to work. We let them win the games for us. This is what we got them for. This is what we paid them. This is what we paid Alshon for. This is what we paid Jernigan for. Cox. This is why we got Ajayi. We need to let our weapons now win us the game. And they've been doing that all season. We've just had Carson. So I'm not too worried about it, because how can you not say that the Eagles are Super Bowl contenders anymore just because we lost Carson? Now Carson is a piece that we definitely need, and I'm not sitting up here saying that we don't need Carson Wentz or Carson Wentz wasn't that important. He's not the same. He's not the same injury as Jordan Hicks was on defense, where we can do next man up in that regard. The level of losing him is way higher than it is than losing Jordan Hicks. But I'm not saying that we don't need Carson. I'm saying we just need to continue doing what we were doing. Because it's not like we were having Carson go out there, throw 50 deep balls, and he's just making all these spectacular plays across the field. No. Carson was being conservative. He was throwing on the money passes, but nothing was really like 50 yards down the field, 40 yards down the field. He was just spectacular in ways of putting the ball on the money and things like that. And I feel as though Nick Foles can do the same. It's going to be a talent drop off, of course, but I feel like we can definitely use Foles to keep him serviceable, and I feel like we can take that team to the Super Bowl. Y'all know what time it is. And if you don't know, I'm going to give you a little reminder. I was going to talk about Lonzo Ball, but I'm not. Y'all keep telling me to give him some time, even though he hasn't scored 10 points in 13 of the 16 games this season. He's only shooting 30% from the field. He's only shooting 46% from the free throw line. He sat out 2 fourth quarters, and it was close fourth quarters. I don't know. And Kyle Kuzma is looking like the best rookie on the Lakers, but I'm gonna give him another week. If he's terrible next week, he going on the show. I'm just doing this for y'all, for Dre and all the Lonzo lovers. I'm holding off on slandering him on the show, because y'all already know I slander him on Twitter. So I'm holding off for y'all. I'm gonna give him another week, but if he's terrible next week, he getting all of it. Like, I might dedicate the whole show to slandering Lonzo, and I don't want to, because I like Lonzo, but he's just not looking like what he really hyped up to be. So one thing y'all not about to do is tell me that this man is a franchise player. I'm not about to let this go on no more. Y'all need to stop it. I'm tired of all the craziness going on. Breathe. Breathe. Did I not tell y'all that if Lonzo continues to struggle, I was going to definitely bring it up on the show, and I was going to say something about it, and I was going to provide y'all with stats, analysis, and what I see by the eye test. I told y'all this was coming. So for all my Lakers fans, all the Lonzo lovers out there, this might be the part of the show where you turn it off because y'all might not want to hear what I'm saying. And don't turn nothing off. After I'm done saying what I'm saying, really sit there and think. Listen to me. Stay with me. Sit there and think afterwards, and ask yourself and say, "Yo, is Cliff wrong?" Do that. So, like I said, Lonzo is not what y'all think he is. He averaging 8 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. Those stats a damn lie. So let me break down Lonzo for y'all. A lot of Lakers fans on Twitter, on my social media, everybody I know, they tell me like Lonzo's doing exactly what we need him to do. He's passing the ball, he's getting teammates open, he's grabbing rebounds. No, the hell he not. One thing y'all know we do not do here on CliffNotez Sports Web Show is we do not look at the stats and take them stats as into the final decision of what we gonna talk about and how a player is and what they do. We damn sure not gonna do it with Lonzo. So I watched almost all of Lonzo games this season. Now, not because like I like Lonzo, it's just because I like watching the Lakers play. They're a fun team. I like the way they play basketball. Brandon Ingram is coming into his own. I like that. I like watching Jordan Clarkson play. KCP is good. I just like, and Kuzma's on my fantasy team, so I gotta kind of watch them. So I've seen everything what the Lakers do, how they incorporate different players and their style of play. They're a good team basketball team. Now, the reason I'm saying Lonzo's not doing what he's supposed to be doing for y'all is because what he's supposed to be doing is y'all were comparing him to Jason Kidd and saying that he could pass like Jason Kidd and he's similar, but he's not. Just because he has similar stats, that doesn't mean that he's Jason Kidd. That doesn't mean he's playing like Jason Kidd. So what y'all was doing is y'all was comparing him to Jason Kidd, and he's not passing people open like Jason Kidd. He's not grabbing rebounds like Jason Kidd. He's not impacting the game like y'all thought he was. So his style of play is, if he gets the rebound or if he gets the ball, he pushes the pace, or he throws the ball ahead to somebody and say, "Here, go do something with it." That's 75% of his assists. He's not passing people open. He's not breaking down the defense, getting into the paint, kicking it out. He's not doing none of that. And y'all gonna stop lying and acting like he is. So like I said, when I mean he's not impacting the game, he's not like he should be with his assists. He's not impacting the game like you got players a la Chris Paul, John Stockton, Jason Kidd, Magic Johnson. You got players like that impact the game with their passing. Where you look at them on defense, you're like, all right, we can't let them get their teammates involved. That's how you look at those players. You don't look at players like Lonzo like that. You don't look at Lonzo. Half the time when Lonzo playing, I forget he's on the floor. Because the Lakers play a good team basketball, and so when you watch Lonzo, he's not winning the Lakers the games that they won. He's not winning them those games. He's just out there. He's like a fifth man. Like what is he contributing? When y'all watch him, y'all find every little thing to dissect with Lonzo, just so y'all can say, "Oh, he did this good. He did that." That shouldn't be what it is. He should have a complete total game where you're like, yo, you can clearly tell that he's good, and people are just hating. No, people's giving y'all stats and y'all just lying. And those players I just named, Chris Paul, Rondo, John Stockton, Magic, all of them, they will break down your defense. They'll break down your defense, carve them up, get into the paint, throw somebody open, dime. You're not seeing Lonzo do that. He maybe does that I really don't know when he's done that. Let me give y'all a stat. I'm gonna put it this way. He's shooting below 40% from the field, below 50% from the free throw line. He's shooting 26% from the 3-point line. Yeah, I know that he's just a rookie. He's young, blah, blah, blah. All the old adages of he'll get better. No, he was bought on this team to be a young star. This is what Magic said. Magic said he wants him to be a franchise player. And from what I'm seeing right now, as a rookie, he's not the Lakers franchise player. Even if he's not a franchise player, he was brought in to be a young stud, and he's not showing me that team need a game plan to stop Lonzo. That he's not showing me that. He's not even the best rookie on his team. He's not even the second best player on his team. Those titles go to Kuzma and Brandon Ingram. He can't create a shot for himself. He misses way too many layups, way more than he should. He can't shoot, and the Lakers actually play better when he's not on the floor. Lonzo only has a plus minus in the positive 9 times this season out of 25 games. And for y'all that don't know what plus minus is, so basically it's a stat that shows how effective a player is when they on the court. He's been a positive out of that plus minus 9 times. It's been 25 games. Here's another stat. He's played 25 games so far, and he's only shot 50% or above 1 time in 25 games. Yeah, it's still early in the season. He's young. I understand all that. And I honestly want Lonzo to be good because I want the Sixers-Lakers rivalry back. I want the Fultz versus Lonzo matchup. I want all of that. But right now, he's not what y'all keep claiming he is. And I need y'all to stop it until he shows better. Like y'all trying to make an argument, and the counter arguments are all there for the argument that you're making. You're making an argument that he's good. It's 1,000 things that show that he's not good, and y'all making an argument for 4 or 5 things, and that has to stop. But hey, he y'all franchise player, so y'all gotta deal with that. We don't deal with that over here on the Sixers side. We got Ben Simmons. But look, man, it's another episode. CliffNotez Sports Web Show in the books. I know this was another short episode. Like I told y'all, I'm going to keep it brief sometimes. Only 2-3 topics. I was going to wait until the end of the week to see which more stuff happened because I didn't want to talk about things from last week and now they'll be old by the time that the video was uploaded. So I kind of wanted to see if I could do it differently now, so that I'm recording during the week. And it takes me a while to edit because of work and stuff like that. But it's another episode in the books, man. I'm trying to get the show to get better, get more lively. We're going to have segments on the next show, like hot takes, Twitter wars, stuff like that on the show. If you have any ideas, bring them to me. If you want me to talk about anything, answer some of your questions from Twitter, or just hit me up on social media. Just let me know. And also, if you know a rap artist out there that is local, that's trying to get some buzz up, just hit me up, let me know, because I need people to do intro. I want to do different intro songs for upcoming artists. I don't want to do people that's already in the industry and stuff like that. So just let me know, and I'll definitely incorporate one of their songs. And make sure it's a clean song. I'll definitely incorporate one of their songs into the intro and or into the outro. It depends on which one I want to use at that time. So just hit me up, like I said. So, shout out to everybody that watched the show. Please like and subscribe down at the bottom. I continue to forget which side the like and subscribe button is on, but do it. It's down there. Comment down below. Tell me what y'all think. You can hit me up on Twitter. Make sure you retweet the video when I put it out there. Do not just retweet the clips, and don't just watch the clips. I need you to click the link on the bio to get my views. Click the link on the YouTube that's going to be in my bio on my social medias to get my views up, okay? I know y'all love me and I know y'all support me, so I need y'all to do that. So thank you, and without further ado, we out.
See it, like right, thought she never be it. And I ain't hurting, I'm just moving on. Stuck, no, I can't be. Sipping ginger ale with my brandy. New girl got some lace panties. Taking selfies with my money. Since I left, I leveled up. New fit denim, new shoes, tennis, new views like Drake. Gold trophies, that's first place. Gold trophies, that's first place. Competition, now they ain't safe. Gold trophies, that's first place. First place.